Here's another episode of Scale Swimming X Marcus Marthaler. Let's talk swimming. And this time, how are you, first of all?
All right. Are you good?
I'm good. I see you again at this really nice pool in Loughborough. Amazing.
Pool of dreams.
I would actually love to jump in there. So today you had a topic, and I think you have someone who had a question in our Instagram or YouTube feed somewhere who had a question about it. Shoot.
I'm going to read it. It says, can you please do a video discussing interval sets with numbers? So we can.
We actually have a book for it. We created this. Oh, look at this.
Whoa. What's this?
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
That's the easiest way to talk about interval sets with numbers, because you have got your favorite sets in here, right?
Exactly. So let's dig into one.
Let's do it. So we're going to open up the book. And you can pronounce this, because my pronunciation in German is terrible.
Die umgekehrte Pyramide, the reverse pyramid.
The reverse pyramid. Okay. So why have we called it the reverse pyramid? Well, it looks, doesn't it, like an inverse pyramid.
Exactly. Because it's like the pyramid is upside down. Where you start with smaller distance going to the bigger one and then go back, in that sense.
Yeah, so exactly. So what I'll do, I'll read it out.
Good.
I'll read what your main set is. So you'll do a warm-up of whatever, but then let's just talk about this main set. So the main set is 1 400 meters, 2 200 meters, 4 100 meters, 8 50s. So we're at the bottom of that pyramid, that inverse pyramid. Now we're going back up, because we're now going back to the 4 100s, the 2 200s, and then finish with a 400. Then you have a little rest, and actually there's a little bit extra, but we can go to that little bit extra, which is actually 6 100s freestyle, a little bit of recovery, and then you finish off with some lovely sprints.
Exactly.
So that's your set.
Yeah.
People will notice that there's a pattern there. There's blocks of 400s, but this user, and I forget your name, I didn't write that down, so apologies. But they wanted to know about interval sets with numbers.
Exactly.
So do you want to talk about, say, for example, the times that you will aim to hit and your rest interval numbers? Let's go into that now.
Sounds good. So usually how it works, how the pyramid works also on the other side is, on the normal pyramid and on the reverse pyramid is that the 50 times should be kept for each distance. So for example, if I have a 400 meter and I can swim every 400 meter 30 seconds on a 50 meters, so it's we are at 4 minutes ultimately. If I can do that, the 200 needs to be 2 minutes, the 100 needs to be in 1 minute, the 50 needs to be in 30 seconds. So this should be it, and then you go back up again in the end that you have 100 every 1 minute. So that means if you have the timing, so a 400 meter, I think on there it's about 7:30 or something like that. Or we created it in 3 levels, so to give a bit of a guidance. That means if you have, 6:30, right? Or what do we have there? Yeah, 6:40. So the 400 is in 6:40. So that means if I swim a 400, I have a 30 second per 50 meter, I end up having 1 minute 40 seconds rest. If I swim slower, obviously I have less rest. The 6:40 is the go time. So I swim the 400 meter. As soon as the clock hits, I arrive at 4 minutes. As soon as the clock hits 6:40, I have to go again and do the 2 times 200, which is the 200 in 3:20. So that means if I have a 2 minute, I have a 1 minute 20 second break. And if on the second 200, which after 3 minutes 20, I have to go again. If the second 200 I am a bit too slow, let's say I'm going to have 2:30 in the end because I'm tired of 400 and 200, I have less break. I only have 50 seconds to rest in the end. And so on, we will go down on the 100 meter. It's 110. So in 210. So every or 145 here in that section which we have, or 2 minutes or whatever break time it is. So if you swim 1 minute, you have 45 seconds or 1 minute break, and then you have to go again. If you're getting slower in this 4 times 100 meter, obviously you have less time to rest. Now, and that obviously goes through the pyramid. Ultimately, the pyramid should make you swim as equal from every 50 as equal as possible. So you should swim every 50 the same time, no matter the distance, the full distance you need to swim. And on the other hand, it should also give you some leeway to train yourself, like your body doesn't get out of a rest, and you can get this over 100%, and you get an actual training effect. So this is the pyramid ultimately.
Yeah, that's really well explained. And you know what's good about doing an interval set with these types of times is that rather than just swimming, for example, your total set here is 4.4k. So rather than just getting in and swimming up and down for 4.4k, it adds interest, and it also enables you to practice your pacing, which is going to be really important when it comes to race day as well. So you need to be able to practice at swimming at a speed that you're comfortable with and that you can maintain. So for example, you don't want to start off this 400 and go all out and be absolutely shattered at the end, because then when you've got the 200s, the 100s, the 850s, and then back up again, you're going to be in a world of pain and you're not going to be able to do it.
Exactly.
So you're going to have to probably practice this several times and start off, you know, maybe on level 1. So you've got lots of rest. So you start off this 400 at a nice steady pace, because you will then want to be able to replicate that pace, as you've said there, for the 200s, and again for the rest of it. You don't want to be blowing up. So you need to start off at a pace that you're comfortable with, and then over time, you can practice this set, and then you can speed up that first 400, which you can then hold that pace for the rest of the set.
Exactly. So ultimately, what you want to end up with is that the first 400 and the last 400 should be the same time. Ultimately, so you should end up having, if you can swim a 4 minute on the first 400, you need to have it on the last one too. And in the meantime, you need to obviously have the adjustment, as I said. And even if you want to enhance it and want to be better, and this is usually what swimmers do and how they train, is that they even get ever slightly faster on the second part of the pyramid. So they actually end up pushing themselves a bit more than they do it, like we say, negative. So you swim the second half faster than the first half. So if you have 4 minutes in the first 400 and the last one, you would have maybe 3:55. I mean, this is now fast timing. I mean, obviously we need to adjust it, what is normal, but it's just as an example in the end for the timing which you swim. And it's that's the move time, actually, the move time. And the rest time is move time plus rest. Yeah.
Yes. So we hope that we've answered that question. I think we went through that in quite a lot of detail, which is good. So there you go. Marcus's book number 1. That means that there is going to be a second book coming out as well. But it's under €20, under 20 quid. So if anyone wants to train like Marcus, just go get it. I'm not trying to sell it, but if you want to follow Marcus's training, there it is.
Well, I usually say you should give some guidance in the end, because I get always asked about that, and I'm not like, it gives some guidance ultimately, and some sort of it's an appreciation ultimately, even if it costs something, but it's not going to be too much, I guess, or I don't know, but that's usually it. But I think, and also when you look at the scale swimming guys, they did it also for other, they have other books as well, not only mine, and they should also give training ideas and something that you can develop, so you don't end up with having no idea what to do in a pool.
Very kind, thank you. Yes, look, they just stand handy on the pool sides. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Exactly.
Thanks. That was well explained. Hopefully that's answered that individual's question. And if they've got more questions about your training, Marcus's training, just get commenting. Let us know, and we'll explain more. So don't be shy to ask us any questions.
Ask, like, share, follow, anything, we're on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, we're everywhere. And if you have anything, just ask.
What's your account, Marcus, and what's ours? I can't remember.
Mine is Marcus Martal and yours is Gale Swimming, so it's very easy, you know?
Yes.
And they're
easy,
linked
isn't it?
in the description of this video, actually.
Oh, good.
Okay.
But anyway, that's another pleasure. So thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for your time and see you next time when it's talk. Let's
Till
talk
next
swimming.
time.
Cheers.
See you, man.